Hello, beautiful souls. This is another episode of the Bobbi Jo and Sheena Show. Two mindset coaches just here to help others change themselves, change the world, one thought, one day at a time, because nobody has taught us how to think. We think we're thinking, but we're thinking the wrong things. Last week we were working on the A's. This week we're working on the C's. Just to give you a little recap, first was making a choice. What are you choosing in your life? Claiming it. Three would be committing to it, right? Committing. Are you committed or are you interested? And day four, we are on. It is courage, having courage over our circumstances. I'm going to let Sheena start today with the courage over circumstances. Go.
Let me tell you that I've had to have a lot of courage. And I mean, certainly this year, last year, there's been a lot of courage. In fact, the last couple of years, just like everybody else, absolutely. And there's one thing whenever you apply it in your life, but whenever you apply it to certain circumstances where you can really start to see where your mindset, goes off. So let me give you an example of skiing. So this is courage over circumstances. So what I found that I was doing was I was looking at like away down the slope, and my mind was going off on one, literally going up. Oh my goodness, I can't do that. But what I've got to realize is I can only take one step at a time. I'm not stepping and skiing clearly, but I can take one corner at a time. And so that's all I focused on. So when I got onto a really steep slope, then what I do is I literally go back to my basic training. This is this is what thinking into results did for Bobbi Jo and myself. Because
That
when we
is
go
a
into
That's what we coach. If you're not
that's
listening
what
and
we
don't know what
coach.
thinking
Yeah, with
into
Bob
results,
Proctor. When you go off, because life will come along and bring you a circumstance, and you want to go off and panic a bit, but that's just not going to work. So it's about coming down to the basic lessons. And actually, I find that that's what makes you courageous, because what you're doing then is just that. Okay, I'm going to this corner. Okay, I'm going to this corner, and I remember my training. So whenever life hits me, what I do is remember my training. And Bob taught us so well these 12 lessons. Honest to goodness, I thought I was thinking beforehand, but I was thinking backwards. Yes. And, all the most intelligent people, even Sandy Gallagher, she was a billion-dollar merger lawyer, and she realized that she was thinking backwards. And so it comes down, and that's what helps me be courageous. It's actually not, it's just going back to basics of training of how to think. But that's what I find, Bobbi Jo, that helps. Maybe on the outside makes me look courageous, but actually what I'm doing is going back to basics. I hope that helps anybody that listening, but you'd actually have to study thinking into results, then you'll really know what we're talking about.
and thinking into results is a 250-page guide that helps us with 12 chapters to help organize the thoughts in our mind and to compartmentalize them. There's another C word. And that's what we're talking about here when she's saying ski one way and ski the other. It's like it is taking at compartmentalizing what it is that you want, what your choice is, what you're claiming, what you're committing to, and having the courage to follow that. And what is it that over your circumstances? It doesn't matter. So you can come up with excuses and the complaining, right? But you got to really know what you want in your heart and have the courage to know that that's what you want, regardless of what your husband or your sister or your mother, because a lot of times people, even though they love you, they're coming from their own crap. And so even though they can love you, they might not see or know what you know inside. So having the courage to trust yourself, to know that what you know what you want over any circumstances. And it's good to do it, one day at a time. Even if I know a lot of people coach this way, like do it in like half a day. I'm going to give it the best and in the moment of what I truly want, just till like noon today. And then when you get to noon, just say, okay, from noon to 4 or noon to the rest of the day. And having the courage to follow that. But you got to have the clarity. Know the C word there, people? You got to have the clarity of what it is you do want and make it really simple and know that it's yours. And every day you're having the courage to take one step closer to it, one step closer. Because if you try to make it like a New Year's resolution, try to do everything I want, then what happens is that you throw yourself kind of. You're trying to do too many things at once and nothing gets done. It's like cleaning the whole house top to bottom, and like you got the laundry, you got this. It's better just start in one room at a time and organize it all the way through. And that's what you can do here with yourself. Really get clarity in your mind, have courage to follow it no matter what the circumstances are, because that's just a story out there. So you're thinking, well, I can't do it or I don't. Well, if you have that belief, it's going to show up for you. So that's why it's paper to pen and everything that we're doing. Get journals. I mean, look at this. I got this journal I got gifted from marrying some friends this summer. And so I just ordered another one this morning because I've been journaling away, people, let me tell you. And it's been doing this for years. And sometimes I'm good at it, sometimes I'm not. Today I'm being courageous enough to follow through. And that's all I have is today. So that's
Yeah.
all we have for you. Let me let Shane finish up. Courage over circumstances. What is it you truly desire and have the courage to do it?
And sometimes courage doesn't have to be the big thing. Sometimes it's just the courage to show up. Sometimes it's the
Mm.
courage to pick up the phone. Sometimes it's the courage to Stephen to put a message in this chat with us right now. Courage doesn't have to be a big thing, but lots of little courages along the way make it look like a big show at the end. So like and share this. That's courageous. Imagine sharing this
Yeah.
with somebody.
We
Um,
we want to hear from you. We do.
yeah,
We want
your
to hear from you.
opinion.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Imagine people thinking, what are you watching that rubbish for? Well, that's okay. Just, you don't have to stand up and shout. Have the courage to believe yourself and go, that's okay. That's what you think. This is what I think, and walk away. That is courage too. So I will see you tomorrow. And I don't know what the next C is, but it's a surprise. So you've got a link in for tomorrow. Get ready to watch. Okay. Cheers for now.
See you soon. Have fun.